welcome to my RC life, where we do all things RC and a little bit of everything in between. Let's go!
What's up, everybody? Traxxas Mike here, and today we're going to find out what's in the box. Well, we got a box and a box. Alright, this is very little box inside of a box. We're going to save that for later. We're going to get right into this one, and it feels heavier. Oh, bam! That's right, people. It's a night timber axe. Oh, man. And that's what's in the little box. Set of floats. Oh, man. I can't wait to bust this sucker out. All right, let's get this baby unpacked. Just like that. Okay, let's get some of this stuff out. There's a wing, some instructions, fuselage. This was broke in there in two pieces, but I put it back together. Packaging only, not for flight. Here is the prop. We got landing gear, the tail, the rudder, another wing, the carbon fiber brace. I think this goes in the tail if you want it to be heavier for doing like 3D stunts and stuff. More hardware for putting the wings together, I assume. I think that's all that's in the box. Alright, well, let's get this thing out of the plastic. Oh, what a beautiful bird, boy. I thought this was the tail. Oh, these are the elevators. That's what these are. And see how long it takes us to put this thing together. Alright, the first thing it wants us to do is assemble the landing gear. Now, these are not marked right or left, but you can just look in the instruction manual and you can see by the design of this. They got really good illustrations. You can see by the design of this which way everything goes. Now, as you see, see this one's rounded, and look at this is flat. This one is spun during shipping. You gotta spin that to the flat side there, and then that allows your landing gear to slip in just like that. Those metal inserts that spin, it makes your landing gear move. Like when you land, you know, it can spring back and forth along with these deals here. Kind of gives it a lot of suspension for you know, harder landings and things like that, because it is a bigger plane. On to the next side. Okay, we got the landing gear on. And we got to attach these springs. They go in a hole right here in the plastic part. Just like that. As you tighten these down, the wheel will pull up. See how this one's down? they'll pull up, and then you'll get your springy effect. I'm going to assume that thing there is going to link it together. Okay, looks like they already got 1/2 of this on here for us. So we just got to loosen it up. Okay, now we got that all put together. Oh, that really tightens that landing gear up. These are the 2 joiners. One's metal and then one's composite. Alright, we're going to use the composite one for now. Looks like this goes right through here. There's only one spot for it. Just like so. The lights plug in right here. And you got the wire right there. And it don't say if it goes this way or this way. I guess it don't matter. You would think it would, but maybe not. Plug that in. Slide that bugger right on in there. Do the same for this side. Okay. Alright, then we got the 3x12 screws, 2 of those. Screws go right here. So if you wanted to change to the heavier metal one, it's literally 2 screws, and then you unplug your lights, slide the, actually only 1 screw, because you only got to take one side out. Take 1 screw out, unplug the light, slide this surface off, pull out the old stabilizer, put in the new heavier one, put everything back together. And over on this side, we have to install our push rod. Take this little protector off, insert the rod. Okay, you heard that little click. She's in. All right, time for the propeller installation. They just got it assembled so they don't got to have things in separate bags, and you know, if they loosely assemble it all like this, you can kind of get the gist of how it needs to be put together. So it goes the screw, the spinner, and the nut, and the propeller. Of course, it gives you a diagram up here as well. Slide this onto the motor shaft. You slide this collet onto the motor shaft. Then this is the other end of the collet. And then you put the propeller on. It only goes one way. And then your nut. .13mm or a 1/2 inch. Either will do in most cases. Tighten this down. Decently tight, but just remember you are tightening up against plastic. You don't got to overdo it. And then you put the spinner on here, or some people call it the nose cone. And you got 1 screw that holds it on. Alright, so that's on. On to the wing assembly. Alright, you put the joiner tube in the wing, left and the right, and slide them together. Then you grab this guy, secure the wing together. Next, we start hooking up our channels here. Now everything should be properly labeled. So this is LT, that must be light. This one is a flap, so this one must be a flap as well. Okay. Aileron. aileron. So this is going to be flap right. So let's find flap right. Flap right. Okay. Okay, it's flap right, flap left, flap left. Okay, flaps are hooked up. Aileron. Aileron right. And this will be aileron left. Okay, so we have all the flaps and ailerons hooked up. Now on the wing, they won't be labeled left or right, but obviously this is right, this is left. It just says flap or aileron. You just have to look. It's flap or aileron right. If it's on this side, it's flap or aileron left. It's on this side. But the ones that are coming out of the fuselage, they are labeled aileron left, flap left, aileron right, flap right. So just make sure you get those correct. There's two more like this, the standard servo style, and they will have plugins in here as well. Here's LT2. Make sure your color coordinations are going correctly. Now we need to get LT1. Okay. Then the only thing left is we got these two guys here. They're going to plug into this light controller here. And you'll see other plugins similar to it. And just plug the wire in accordingly so it looks like the same direction as those. Okay, so we got everything in here plugged in. Go ahead. I think everything is plugged in. Yeah, it looks like everything is in there. Sure does look to be a mess of wires. Next, there's two holes right here, and they get these nylon bolts inserted into them. Okay, so that beauty is together. Yeah. Now, I do recommend you read up on, because this is a plug and play model. I'm plugging it all into my DX8E. And I do recommend that you read the transmitter setup. That you read the transmitter setup page 4 on the manual, because it goes right through. It tells you, if you go to DX7S or DX8, it tells you like how to assign your channels and what to set up your ailerons and flaps, which it's pretty easy. It tells you exactly how to set it up. And then also, after you got the wings all on, it'll tell you how, later on here, it'll tell you how to bind, which, a lot of you guys already know how to bind it, but then it'll tell you how to enable your safe or disable your safe. And then it'll show you how to turn your safe on. Just because it's got safe, it's actually disabled. Only thing that's enabled is the AS3X. But yeah, as you can see, you put your sticks like this, and then you flip your switch that you want your safe to be on. And I'm going to use switch B. You flip that switch back and forth real fast 5 times, and that sets up your safe to that switch. So yeah, there's a lot of good reading that comes along with your manuals. Always read through your manuals, guys. Now, all planes have a spot where you're supposed to check the center of gravity. This one is 89 to 102 millimeters from the front leading edge of the wing. So what I like to do on all my planes, because it's hard to remember all of the measurements, I actually take my calipers, run it out to 89, and I'll make a small little scribe. See that little line right there? I got one of those on each wing. So now I know I can actually even feel them. Get in there and I can just feel my CG. Pretty nice. But alright guys, that's it for today. I'm Trax Mike from My RC Life, and I'll see you later. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.
Thanks for watching another episode of My RC Life. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe.